European myself, embracing this kind of move towards change and these exciting kind of individual kind of customer use cases for how people want to pay. And we're here in the United States, and there's also a lot of change happening here too. I'd love to see, from your insights, the difference, the kind of contrast between the European market and the US market.
Yeah, well, there are massive differences between the two. We're here a few weeks after the launch of FedNow, which is, the real-time payment system here. Massive, late to the game. So I think, if you think about what we saw in other parts of the world 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago, is happening here now.
Yeah.
But US has been very different to Europe, where Europe has not had card penetration in the same way that we've seen in the US. Here, the big brands, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, have had control over the market. So, whereas in Europe, you really had more local payment methods and really cash who played more significant role over the years. What we're seeing here now is the evolution of a new payment infrastructure.
Yeah.
And so we're at step one. It's just been launched. It'll be interesting to see the adoption over the coming years.
It's exciting to go through the whole rigmarole again after you see, for instance, open banking in 2008, for instance, in the UK, and it's kind of getting to that level here as well. That level of excitement, certainly for me, but that has kind of highlighted that there's probably been some barriers. I think it's fair to say that have maybe stymied a little bit of that growth. I know you mentioned the kind of the importance of some of the larger players here, but have there been other barriers that have maybe kind of caused it to be a bit more laggard?
Well, I think regulations is always a big part.
Fascinating, yeah.
Lack of or introduction. So it's not always, Europe was very focused on creating the infrastructure, through PSD2, PSD3, open banking regulations, etc.
Yeah.
The US have not necessarily had the same infrastructure in place. So
yeah.
I think that contributed to US lagging behind. We're seeing all that changing now with regulations coming into play, and I think that's going to evolve further over the coming years and probably help shaping FedNow as well as the rest of the infrastructure here for payments.